Hello, and welcome to Exercise 49, Polar Array, in your Rhino Training Manual Level 1. For this exercise, we will be using the auxiliary model called array. We can use the array commands to make multiple copies of selected objects. Array rectangular makes rows and columns of objects. Array polar copies objects in a circle around a center point. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's begin by selecting the small circle in the top viewport. Next, let's go to the Transform menu and select Array, Polar. For the center of polar array, you're going to want to make sure that your center OSNAP is enabled so that you can snap directly to the center of the large circle. For the number of items, type in the number 10 and press Enter. For the angle to fill, check to see if it is set to 360. In this case, it is. If not, go ahead and type in the number 360 and then press Enter. Now you'll see the small circle has been arrayed around the larger one. And then you can go ahead and press Enter to accept and finalize that command. Next, we're going to make the shape of the column. So the next thing we're going to do is window select all of our circles in the top viewport. Now, from the Curve menu, select Curve Edit Tools all the way down at the bottom, and then select Curve Boolean. For the regions to keep, click inside of the large curve in your top viewport. Now, in your command bar, click where it says Delete Input equals None, and then click All. Lastly, go ahead and press Enter to accept and finalize that command. And this is what your polycurve should look like. Now, with your polycurve selected, we're going to go ahead and extrude this to create our column. So next, you can go ahead and type in the command Extrude Curve in your command bar. And for your distance, you're going to want to type in 14 and then press Enter. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take my perspective viewport style to rendered, so I can get a better sense of the three-dimensional properties of my model. Next, I'm going to make a partial polar array. So first, I'm going to go to my Layers panel and reveal the layer called Base. Next, I'm going to select the column base, the column, and the column cap, and I'm going to enter Group into my command bar to group all three of these items together. Now I'm going to finish this partial polar array. So from the Transform menu, go ahead and once again select Array, Polar. And now for the center of polar array, type in the number 0 and press Enter. For the number of items, type 6 and press Enter. For the angle to fill, go ahead and type in the number -180 and then press Enter. And now you'll see the 6 columns have been arrayed to fill 180 degrees in the negative direction. And lastly, you can press Enter to accept and finalize that command. Now, with this column group still selected, I'm going to do a rectangular array. So now I'm going to go back to the Transform menu, Array, only this time I'm going to do a rectangular array. For the number in X direction, type in the number 4 and press Enter. For the number in Y direction, type in 4 and press Enter. For the number in Z direction, type in the number 1 and press Enter. For X spacing, type 12 and press Enter. For Y spacing, type 12 and press Enter. And now you'll see your columns are visible, and you can press Enter once more to accept and finalize the command. And the last thing to do here is once again go to your Layers panel and reveal the layers called Walls, Roof, and Steps. And this is what your final model should look like. And that concludes exercise 49.